What's up, baby? We already have the first official patch of Crab Champions Early Access coming in late on Tuesday evening, and we're just going to go through it because this really just proves what a lot of us who have been involved in the beta and prior know about Noisestorm, and just why we're so damn confident in this game moving forward. A lot of people underestimate small teams. He's a solo developer, and he's already doing so much more than a lot of other developers do. And you can tell just by how fast he patches things and how much he is willing to take people's advice and everything into consideration. So if we look at the beta here, we've got this update. It hit at 10:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday evening. So in general, he added backward sliding and being able to slightly move left or right while sliding. It looks pretty good. That being said, he teased a little bit on Twitter that he may be adding like full omnidirectional sliding. He's saying right here, he tested it. Being able to slide in any direction was a little bit OP, not really fair, and he didn't want to completely ruin the skill gap here of the game. He also added 8 new songs, most of them demos, but still more variation to the playlist, and that's what you like to see. Inventory slots are now all unlocked. There's no more locked mechanic where you have to purchase and deal with inventory management. He's seeing that a lot of new players especially are just confused, and it's slowing the pace down. And he doesn't like that. At the end of the day, he wants this to be a super fast-paced game, and I think this is the right decision for that. I didn't mind the inventory management, but I do understand that it does slow you down. It really does. He also added checkpoints to parkour islands, so you don't have to always start at the very back. If you fall off, this is going to be a big help here, as, I mean, basically falling off parkour meant you weren't going to finish in time. It was pretty brutal. Now, you can still at least get that rare chest, and it's not the end of the world. You don't get just a health chest. Grenade crabs and sniper crabs now telegraph their actions better, so that you have a bit more time to react. I like this. Grenade crabs really do snipe you with their grenade throws, and sniper crabs snipe you with their snipers. It was pretty brutal. Even says further that sniper crabs shoot with a little bit of spread so that they have a chance to miss. This is going to be great. They're one of the toughest enemies in the game. I mean, that second wave of an arena island, especially on Nightmare, you get a gang of 3. It is brutal to take them out, and they're just peppering you with pinpoint accuracy. If you stop at all or get stuck on anything, you're screwed. So, I think that's a good change. He's tweaked the speedrun challenges to be actually challenging. Speedrun 1, 2, and 3 were at weird times, and speedrun 1 wasn't even technically tracking correctly, and he says further below that he does fix that. But now, speedrun 1, the challenge / Steam achievement, is island 20 in 16 minutes or less. Level 2 is island 50 in 40 minutes or less, and level 3 is 100 in an hour or less. He'll continue to monitor the times, make sure they're not too difficult, as he does with everything else in the game. Fire shot is also now unlocked by default. Kind of weird that that's a rare perk or a rare weapon mod that was behind the unlock totem, so that's a nice change, of course. Some balance changes as well. There was some quality of life stuff that people thought should be changed, and here we go. He reduced the amount of keys needed to use the key totem to unlock things. Used to be 4, now it's 3. But to compensate, bosses only spawn 2 keys now instead of 6. Auto rifle has been buffed a little bit from 24 to 28. This is interesting. If you remember from my tier list, go check it out. I said the orb launcher was dog shit poo poo pee pee. F tier, the only F tier weapon coming out of the beta. And the reason being, it was higher damage than minigun, lower damage than assault rifle. It was just in between the two for fire rate as well. So, it was just mid. If you wanted a higher damage fully auto weapon, you went with auto rifle, and if you wanted the fire rate, you went minigun. But then, day 1 of early access, I saw the orb launcher at 30 damage. I was like, wow, okay, it makes more sense. It's the highest damage fully automatic weapon. But now, the auto rifle's up to 28. Just 2 fewer than the orb, and I don't know. The orb may be back in a weird spot. This will be interesting to see. I'll have to play with it. Grenade, sniper, and launcher crabs have had their health reduced from 800 to 700. That should help balance those down. Reload arc cooldown increased from 1 second to 5. So, it wasn't even 1 second. To be honest, I think it was 0 seconds. Yeah, reload arc was insane. It was the most overpowered non-legendary weapon in the, item in the game. It was a weapon mod, and you could just shoot once, reload, shoot once, reload, and the reload shot a spread and arc of explosives, starting at 500 damage per explosive, 3,500 damage if you hit all of them, if you're close enough. So you just spam reload the whole time. Now 5 seconds brings that down into an area where it's still a nice perk to have, but you're not just going to get it no matter what. Boss Elite enemies now have a 12-second cooldown between unique freeze applied to prevent being able to easily cheese them with repeated freezing and them never thawing and tacking. Interesting. I think that's probably a fair change, but also, you know, it was nice to be able to freeze them over and over and over again. So that's going to make it tougher. At the end of the day, it's going to make it tougher. But, you know, it's not an easy game, and that's okay. Eagle Eye bonus damage distance threshold reduced by 50%. Eagle Eye is a perk that increases your damage to far enemies. It was really far. It was like unnecessarily far, like two entire opposite sides of a traditional arena island. Now it'll be a lot more useful. Some bug fixes. The giant ant boss was just doing the same attack over and over, that homing attack. Now it doesn't do that. The homing projectiles were also bugging out and moving too fast when you're out of line of sight, which, yeah, pretty annoying. And enemies can now no longer be frozen while they're spawning in. You know, if they froze during that spawn animation, they might slide off under the map or some weird thing, and then they would just be unkillable, and that would kind of bug out the run. You have to quit back to lobby, re-come in. Pretty annoying. And it did happen from time to time, so that's a great fix. Also, a portal that would spawn in bushes and be hard to find. I believe that was my good old favorite island in the tropical layout. That's got the Easter egg with the little F that is where my favorite rock used to be. Shout out Noisestorm for that Easter egg. I'll continue to brag about it every chance I get. But yeah, the next portal was always just in bushes there, so good fix there. Fix the Speedrun 1 challenge not being able to complete. I mentioned that earlier. Stats pedestal now correctly updates your progression when you unlock new weapons or loot without having to leave and rejoin a lobby, and that's pretty nice. There's also a crash that could occur under specific circumstances using the random totem. That has been fixed. That's always nice to see when he fixes crashes, and he's been doing that, just finding these weird one-off, very specific crash scenarios and nipping them in the bud. Various rare crashes. Yep, he literally, they're so rare it's not even worth explaining. Literally just writes various rare crashes. Optimize the skull boss, the boss skull bullet hell attack, so that we would be much more performant. So just in general, increasing the performance. The game is well optimized, and it's getting even more optimized. That's a W. Reducing the complexity of lava splash effects that could really drain your performance, especially if you had like minigun or something with aura shot. You shoot rapid fire into the lava and spray up, instant frame drops. So now that's fixed. A couple more here. Fix a launch pad that caused you to overshoot a parkour jump, and made a fix to quick play. I made a fix to quick play, but there were numerous bugs that appeared when enabling it, so I need to revisit, make a proper fix in a future patch. Yes, quick play at the multiplayer totem was like technically working for a few minutes, but then there was some weird thing where people could join when they weren't supposed to be able to, or like join lobbies that were already like midway through, which shouldn't happen. It should start new lobbies. So he's disabled it again, and we'll fix that in the future. You still play with your co-op teammates, co-op friends, Steam friends, but you cannot just do like random matchmaking. So don't worry. I bet he gets that done by the end of the week, maybe a couple weeks at the latest. But yeah, just wanted to give you a quick update. Quick little patch notes for version 1756. If you like this and want to stay up to date on the game and all updates and everything, please consider liking the video and subscribe. I'm doing my best to get you guys all the Crab Champions content your heart could ever desire.